All right, we're back inside one Muay Thai. Happy New Year, Alec. 2026.
Right, first show of 2026. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a while. We've missed you. I hope you've missed us, and we're ready to kick off this year strong.
Well, and if you saw, they have already come out with all the rest of the year's schedule for the one fight nights. Again, we cover the one fight nights because that's where you're going to see it on Amazon Prime Video. You can bet on it. Makes it a lot more fun.
Right. A great little introductory if you're really trying to get into knowledge of Muay Thai, learning a little bit here of the One Fight Nights, which is free on Primes. And then you can consider there if you're really falling in love, buying the pay-per-view, seeing those big one championship fights.
Yeah, and there's nothing better than the one championship for the Muay Thai, the small gloves. It's such an exciting time. Again, once every month. But the highlight this year is June 26th.
Yeah.
That's going to be at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Alec, we were there a couple years ago.
We were. It was a blast. I mean, if you guys are able to get there, I would say do that in a heartbeat because it really was just a great feel to it. I've been to UFC events, Glory Kickboxing. I've been to the One Lupinis in Thailand themselves. And although those are definitely amazing, talking about just the USA shows, this one championship, they know everything, like the little small things about production that really matter. Their fighters are amazing, and man, do they put on a show.
Yeah, it was such an amazing one, and I believe there's got to be no way that we're going to miss that.
Yeah.
There at Ball Arena, so hopefully you'll be able to join us as well. But we're going to be talking about the One Fight 39. That's this Friday, January 23rd, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, Prime Video. Yes. The first announcement that we saw earlier on was that we had a cancellation. Yeah. We had Johan Ghazali, and Sean Climaco. Unfortunately, Sean Climaco, he injured himself during training camp.
When that fight announcement came out, I remember you and I talking like, ooh, like that's going to be a good one to talk about, which it would have been because we saw both these guys fight in person against different people. Against the Stupinan brothers, but man, it's just been like Climaco was fighting Stupinan, Jojo Ghazali was fighting 10 Pow, was it?
I can't remember if it was 10 Pow or not, but
but we got to see them in person, and then they're fighting each other. There was just really great clash of styles, and that was going to be an amazing one, not just to commentate and like predict on, but just to watch in general. But unfortunately,
two amazing Americans, and hopefully they'll get that set up for later dates.
I do hope so.
But let's start off with our first match. And again, they added two different cards, or two different fights to this card. The first one, Vladimir Kuzmin, he comes in at a 4-3 in the one championship, 22-4 lifetime. And then we had Mohanad Solo, Battbootti, and this is his first fight on one championship. So, what are we looking for? Right. I couldn't find any tape on him.
I was because we don't really talk outside of this as much, so I was very interested to see what you came up on. Some social media helped me out on that, like the Instagrams, but yeah, there was not much tape to really dig for there on YouTube, at least. Making his debut into one championship, we know it's a little bit different with the 4-ounce gloves, so it'll be really interesting to see how he takes the stage there in Lumpini Stadium. Vladimir, though, great fighter. Not too much success. He's not like this really up-and-coming rising star, like being, 8-0 in one championship for, but he does have that gritty Russian style, that Russian presence of one championship in Muay Thai has really started to grow here, and you can kind of see that happening with Vladimir here.
He's a great fighter. He's fun to watch. He's explosive.
Yeah.
A lot of pop. He hasn't had a lot of success in the one championship, but he's also fought some really good competition. The one things I do know about Mohanad, we'll just call Solo. I like how they go Solo. He's 11-0 lifetime. He's 23 years old, and he's a former national amateur championship there in Iraq. So he's got to have some experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I
to
just
really
don't
catch
know.
the eye of Chatri, especially making this debut on this card. I think he definitely is good enough to compete here. Being 11-0 and being an amateur champ there in Iraq, he definitely has some things to prove here to catch the eye of Chatri to get him thrown into here, into the ring.
Yeah, and you're right about that. He always finds some great competition because we've seen it beforehand where we're like, this is their first time in. They don't know
I was just about to say, that's always our go-to. Oh, it's their first time, and then all of a sudden they can't come out and bang and they show it. Yeah, it's great. It is great to see that, and hoping to see that a little bit from Muhammad Solo.
Yeah. This is the part where I feel like from a standpoint, if we're not seeing him, it's hard for us to go ahead and make a prediction.
It is. I will say that. I mean, I'll say my prediction, I had Vladimir winning. Not, nothing like he's going to destroy him by knockout. I was just like, hey, again, going back, maybe this guy, just being off of experience, being able to see more of Vladimir's fights. Yeah. That's why I'm going towards him just to win. In terms of odds, man, I'm super lost there. It could either go one way, he's going to be totally favorited because he has more one championship experience, or it's just going to be 110, and let him bang it out.
I'm interested to see how that is. Again, I think Kuzmin actually has to come out and do something, because his record is not one that reflects,
you don't want to become a stepping stool. That's what you definitely, I think this is a little proving grounds for both of them. Vladimir coming in there, hasn't been finding as much success. He really has to make a statement here. And then Solo coming in, his debut, he wants to make a name for himself. So it's kind of one or the other, which way is it going to go type of deal.
Yeah, and again, from a prediction standpoint, it might be Compton. Not Compton. I want to say it's Compton. Kuzmin. Sorry, Vladimir. I don't know enough about the other to make a prediction that makes sense and has some validity to it. So,
well, if I had to,
I would go with Kuzmin.
All right. If you had to.
If I had to.
If we would do a podcast on it and, maybe talk about these things just by chance.
Maybe I should have one.
Just by chance if we do that. But
fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm in the same boat though. Not confident enough in either of them. When our money show comes out, it would. I guess it all depends.
It depends on where the odds are, and I think that's probably what we would have to do on that. Again, I just show me one video.
Yeah.
All I can see him is doing the Y Crew on a video, and boy, his Y Crew was phenomenal. I don't know. All right, so let's go to our next one. That's going to be Mohammad Siasarani. He's 4-2-1 for Muay Thai, and then 4-0 with kickboxing. He's with a teammate. He's at 2, which is very important because our other fighters that we're talking about and are going to be from that same camp. And he's fighting Pedro Dantas. Dantas is 0-1 in MMA. You hear what I just said? 0-1 in MMA. 6-1 lifetime MMA.
Yeah.
This is his first fight in the kickboxing. So this is a kickboxing flyweight.
Yeah. No, I know that. When I saw this matchup, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused against Siasarani. He's a great fighter.
Really,
he is a monster in the ring. And Pedro's a great fighter. He did some good MMA stuff. Didn't win in his one championship MMA fight. Some good striking that we could see a little bit from there. But again, the mindset's all different. When you're fighting MMA, your stance is different. Your mindset is different. Oh, gotta defend the takedown. Gotta watch out for this. Let me stand differently. Throw my kicks differently. Throw your punches differently because you're worrying about this, worrying about that. Different glove sizes. Yeah. Kickboxing, you're just standing up. You're banging. There's no room to be thinking about takedowns, or no need to be thinking about that.
Well, here's the twist with this one. Again, we're talking about a kickboxing match. The Dantas is a black belt in Muay Thai, so he's trained in Muay Thai.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means, but I was listening, and one of the announcers said he's a black belt in Muay Thai. Now,
I need to credit. I'll have to credit that. Which it could have been. I mean, I'm not gonna, because I don't know who said it.
They may have some belt again. So he's from Brazil, so maybe they have some belting system there. The point is,
I think I did hear that.
He is trained in Muay Thai.
Right. Yeah, that's the point.
And I really believe that Siasarani is a better Muay Thai fighter than he is a kickboxer.
Yeah, that is true. I will 100% agree on that.
So now you get him in a kickboxing.
Yeah, which. Yeah, it would have been nice, maybe they changed it, maybe typo, and it was supposed to be Muay Thai, but,
maybe that levels the playing ground out a little bit. I don't know.
It is great that he's been training it, but, training it and actively fighting it, it's big difference there. But again, we could be totally wrong on that, and Pedro could come out of nowhere. Obviously, Chatri and the matchmakers see something differently there, where this is going to be a great fight because Siasarani is a great fighter and a great, not just great fighter, great striker, phenomenal striker at one of the tops against fought some of the best guys and beat them, so I mean, we've seen amazing fights from Siasarani and just not the same from Pedro, but you can never rule a fighter out, that's for sure. Never in a chance you could, lay low and.
Yeah, and Siasarani, I mean, he's raw, he's emotional, and he's just a brawler. And his left kicks, they're sick. So, for me, my prediction is Siasarani by first round knockout. And I'm saying it's probably going to be a minus 350 when we take a look at the odds.
I did have Siasarani. I had him round 2 knockout just because, I was leaning towards round 1 knockout, but I was like, man, that's really bold. And, I didn't know too much against Pedro's striking. I was like, maybe, relax a little bit round 1, get it going. But I was definitely on the edge of both. I'm going to go with round 2. And lines I had at minus 425 for Siasarani.
Yeah.
But
well, Alec, we got to get bold.
I
mean,
know.
If we're doing a podcast about predicting.
Round 1 would be nice. But hey, I'm going to go round 2. I'll be a little bit different. Yeah. Round 2, I do see Siasarani taking this one kind of either way. But that's my prediction.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's go to our third fight. That's going to be in the flyweight division, Muay Thai. We have the number 4 contender flyweight, Thoranee. He comes in 11-4 in one championship, 72-18 in one lifetime, and he's a 3-time world champion.
Yeah.
Now he's fighting Azadullah Imangazaliev, say that about 4 times in a row. 6-0 on the one championship, 10-0 lifetime. What do you think is going to happen in this one?
Well, last time I went against Thoranee, it didn't really go too well for me. But, these are going to be great fighters. Again, seeing that Thai style, we've seen it a lot. The trends that we've been seeing with Muay Thai recently has been a very big, Russian or, Russian, Middle or European presence in it, and they provide a new style in there, which is harder for the Thais to read. That was a little bit 2 years ago. They started to catch on. Now we're seeing the Japanese kickboxing, Muay Thai style make a presence in there, and they are finding success. Again, the Thais had a hard time reading it. They're starting to catch on to it a little bit here and there. But that's just a kind of trend that at least I have been seeing with the Muay Thai aspect, especially in one championship, because you get the best. You really, truly do get the best around the whole world. It's not just in Thailand. It truly is the best around the world, which is great. And you just see that pure Thai style against this nitty gritty, I don't care, Russian style kind of clashing again. And Thoranee is not foreign to that. He's fought a lot of this style already. So I do think that plays to his advantage there.
Well, one thing you mentioned, which is true, it's a different type of style. And when we talk about Imangazaliev, he's like a carousel of all kinds of stuff. Yeah. One thing you are guaranteed to see is you're going to see some spinning kicks, spinning everything. The only thing that we don't guarantee is, are they going to be effective against somebody like Thoranee, who, yes, he's seen some of that unorthodox style. Yeah. He's just, man, Asadullah is just explosive. I was very impressed. I hadn't watched too many of his fights previous, but watching all of them, I'm just thoroughly impressed with him.
Yeah, no, he's a certainly impressive fighter, and he does bring that explosiveness and the word of not expecting it.
Yeah.
The unexpected. He brings a great factor into that, and it really is what's coming next. And that's the biggest fear of a fighter is not being able to catch on and not being able to read on what this guy's going to throw next. And Asadullah does a great job of not giving his opponents any leeway of knowing what's coming next.
I don't think he knows what's coming next, which is crazy. But
yeah.
You're right about Kong Thoranee. I mean, I've always loved watching Kong Thoranee.
Yeah.
He's just one of those, just real traditional, but just powerful.
He is
balanced. Everything is just. It's perfectly aligned. Like if you put together a Thai fighter.
Right.
Kong Thoranee, and then even Rambolek, who we'll talk about next,
right,
they're same thing.
So complete, right?
Yes.
Just a complete fighter. And for that, right, my prediction, I do have Kong Thoranee winning by decision. I'm gonna go decision. I hope we get to see all 3 rounds of this, just by the IQ. I think Kong Thoranee was and is, prepared enough and have seen this style enough times for a very high level IQ Thai fighter that he is to be able to catch on to not being able to catch on, right? Catching on to the unexpected and being careful enough to secure this win. I think lines may go around minus 180 for Kong Thoranee, a little bit more on the favored side, being a Thai. There.
Well, I mean, he's a 3-time world champion. You would think that he would get that respect when it comes to the betting odds, but
we've seen some crazy.
We've seen some crazy
things, but
well, and here we go at odds again. I have Asadullah winning by knockout in the 2nd round, and I think he's going to be favored by a minus 210. And and the only reason that I think that is when we start talking about the next fight. I think they have similar styles for both fights. Like it's almost like a copycat fight, just a little bit heavier weight class.
Yeah, basically.
And last time, I think Diakev was minus 210. I think that's what's going to happen in this one. Just, again, prediction.
Yeah.
That's what we do here.
Yeah.
But that's my prediction.
Yeah, crazy. Like we have seen some crazy odds get posted, and it really is better for us. Not as people predicting it, but for you guys too, because they're still learning these odds and learning where to place them. So it is a great, maybe not sometimes good to place your money on certain things, even if you think it's going the other way, because sometimes they have crazy lines where like someone's minus 1,800, and it's like,
and we've seen
a fight's a fight, man. Like we have,
and we've made some money going in that direction by taking one that we know they have all the chance in the world to win. And we're getting great odds. Yeah,
we have had that, and it's been very pleasant. So they're starting to catch on. We've been seeing closer and closer odds to what we think. So starting to catch on, but now's the time to kind of go into it.
All right. And now for our main event.
Only 4 fights. Yeah. It is a big MMA card.
They have some grappling.
Yeah, they have some submission grappling in there. Not as a big striking card, which normally these are bigger striking cards. You only see 2 to 3 MMA fights, but this time it kind of reversed a little bit, unfortunately. But there are 4 good ones, so our last one.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be Rambolek, who comes in with a 6-2 one championship record and a 66-14-3 lifetime. He's fighting Abdullah Diakayev, Smash Boy, who's 8-1 in the one championship and 15-2 lifetime. Now, Abdullah Diakayev is coming off a 4 knockout win streak.
Yeah.
And really, his only true loss was that Yod IQ, PK Senshai, you've trained with him. Great fighter. And that was a fantastic fight.
It was a close one, too. It was a great one. Yod IQ, I mean, he just got his contract. Shout out Yod IQ, PK. He's a great fighter, man. He just got the one championship, $100,000 contract. I mean, it's in his name, the IQ fighter. He's a great fighter. and that being his only loss, big statement there.
Huge.
If you're a fan of ours or a frequent watcher, you have seen us talk about this before.
Yeah. This is a rescheduled fight.
This is a rescheduled fight. Last time, there's really nothing said. There's really nothing said going on by one championship. Just all of a sudden, that fight did not show. I remember we were texting back and forth like, hey, did Rambo go on earlier? Or, maybe he's scheduled on later.
I did find out. It was a sickness.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh,
man.
well, there you go. No, I ruined it all.
No. We found out later on, just stalking through the social media of Diakayev and Rambo Lek. Now I forgot who got sick, but someone got sick. Someone got Diakayev got like a hand infection or some type of infection. Where his hand blew up. I remember I was like, ooh, seeing that. Obviously could not fight in those conditions, so here we are again.
Yeah. And I mean, I know from the ones that we talked about last time, we both thought Abdul Diakayev. I don't think that's changed for me. But again, it's
just rewatch, because obviously I had to rewatch a little bit, and I went through the same process. Beginning Rambolek, I last time Rambolek fought, he had a great I think it was a lucky knockout win in the second round, and watching his fights then, watching it for this second time for this fight, and now watching a third time for the redo of this fight, I remember same thing. Oh yeah, Rambolek solid again, another complete fighter, has great clinch, great elbows, great knees, kicks, punches, complete Thai fighter, and then just kind of going over Diakayev's game plan again and how his fights progress. And I remember, again, just same thing, kind of going back and forth in my head, this, that, and just, again, I came out to Diakayev again on this one. Just kind of repeat of the same.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he just has to, I think I said last time, he's just got to avoid those high kicks from Rambolek. He's got to set up, his punches and then just punish him like he likes to do. He likes to go in there and just smash boy. That's why he's called Smash Boy.
Because I think last time when I was betting on Rambolek and he did win, he was just not catching on to that unpredictability as I thought he would as much, which really kind of changed my outlook for this next fight against Diakayev when we did that in the past, which I was like, I really thought he was going to be able to catch on and be like, whatever, just slip, get out of the way, but he was getting caught and eaten up by a lot of that stuff.
A lot of it.
Ended up with a round 2 knockout, yes, but even when I was texting you, I was like, ooh, I got lucky there. Oh wow, I thought he was done for.
And he was.
Yeah, even though I did win some money on it, it was okay, I see film here for next time. He just didn't do as well last time. Now, yes, could they have been working this whole... It's been a long time, year. Yeah. It's been not a year, but it's been a long time since Rambolek last fought. Against the last one that we talked about.
Right.
Yes, they could have been working that the whole time, but I'm still gonna give it to Diakayev on this one.
Okay, what's your prediction on...
Official prediction, I'm gonna say... I had a knockout. I'm just trying to determine. I've been going back and forth in this. I don't think it's either round 2, round 3. Let's say round 3 knockout to just do that one. I was going back and forth with it. I don't think it's going to be 1. I think they're going to be kind of going back and forth. Could be 2, but I'm going to go with official prediction of round 3 knockout. And I feel like Diakayev might be a small favorite. Maybe a minus 150, maybe pretty even. A good thing to put in your parlays. It could be. Could be.
Okay. Well, I am also going with Diakayev. I am going knockout second round.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm taking the minus 210. And I have a little bit of advantage because I looked. That's what it was whenever it opened last time.
That's right, yeah.
So, all fairness, we have a little bit of a head start on that one. But, again, this is going to be an exciting main event.
A great fight to kind of start our new year off and be able to get right back into the Muay Thai.
Yeah. And I took 3 Russians.
You did. You kind of did what I normally used
with
to
the
do.
ties.
Yeah. No, in the beginning I did ties and then I went against them,
which is not usual.
Not usual.
Well, if you like the content we have, please like and subscribe. And remember, this Friday, we'll start having the handicapping, our betting show.
Right.
Alec, you're going to be taking over. I am actually going to be having surgery on Wednesday for prostate cancer. And then actually the week after, my father's starting his radiation therapy. So if you're watching, you're age 50, go get your PSA test. It's really important to have that taken care of.
There you go. A little public service announcement for you. But yes, I'll be joining you guys and giving you our little handicaps, our betting odds, predictions, let you know where the lines are so you can get on them as quickly as possible. If you're watching this earlier, before Thursday, even check on them on Thursday, right? Open up your FanDuel. FanDuel is normally where we've seen more of the quicker thing. Who knows? It could even be released tomorrow. They're being quicker and quicker with these lines, which is nice, which is good for us. But they do take them away pretty quickly. So get in as quick as you can. But take a look at those if you're watching. FanDuel, DraftKings, that's where we've seen it at recently.
All right. From Alec and Aaron, this is Inside One Muay Thai. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.